Hello and welcome to another episode of the Construction Corner podcast. I'm Dylan, I'm your host, and welcome to this Thursday's episode. Today, I'm going to cover one of the main problems that I see within the architecture and engineering industry on the design side. And they really have and share this one massive problem in common. But before I get into it, guys, I just want to let you know that we're putting these episodes up on YouTube. You can go and again view them for free over there on YouTube at the Construction Corner, and love to have you check them out, comment, and let us know what you guys think. And if there's any episodes that you'd like or topics that you'd like Matt or myself to go over, hit us up in the description below, and be happy to review and share on those topics. So without further ado, let me go over the one big problem that I see within the A&E industry and that all firms kind of share in common. It's really that there's no system and process in place that trains new employees, and in conjunction with that, training allows for project managers, department heads to keep track of all projects on a percent complete basis across the entire firm at any moment. Basically, there's no tracking system that's in place. Can't tell you what percentage complete a given project is, let alone across the entire firm, as to where all projects are, right? If we can't do it for one, we can do it for none. So there's no comprehensive dashboard, no tool that gives everything that you need in a single place. This single tool would absolutely transform the entire industry. You'd have training materials on hand at any minute to learn what you need to learn, and allowing you to onboard and train anyone. So with this tool, and I'll basically go through and explain what it would do and how this could work, right? And then how to build this yourself, or have somebody come in and help you out with it. That same system that you'd have, view into all projects across it, access to training tools, you'd be able to check off what's done in a project and would roll up into a single dashboard so you could see where a project is at any minute. This can then be shared with the owner on the progress of that project for them. What's to be done, what needs their sign off, and where we are in the whole process. Wouldn't that be handy, right? Wouldn't that be the thing that most firms would want to have so that they are able to track all things regarding their projects? This is as simple as breaking each room in the entire project into their individual system and component parts. For example, lighting systems have the lights themselves, normal and emergency, their controls, tagging, circuiting, and coordination. Once all these pieces are completed, the lighting in that space is complete. Then you would be able to check off or say whether each space in each subsection is complete. This would then give you a percentage complete of the lighting system. Then you have a percentage completion of that versus the other scope of the entire electrical system. Say that lighting is 40%, power is 40%, and fire alarm is 20% of the entire building. If you then had to where lighting is 50% complete, power is 50% complete, and fire alarm is 100% complete, you would be 60% complete with the overall project. And we can add things like sheet setup and sheet creation here as well as 3% of the overall project, taking 1% from each lighting, power, and fire alarm. We can do the same for specifications. This then gives us an easy graphic to look at how our projects are doing. You can add things, all this can roll up into a master spreadsheet where each project is then creating a new spreadsheet and then added into the master so that senior leadership has access to the master. You can see the overview of all projects and each team member has access to their individual projects. Then everyone has access and has the ability to see where their projects are respectively. So basically, there's no tracking tool that A&E firms have, right? As far as percent complete goes, we just kind of rule of thumb it, right? Thumb in the wind, Kentucky windage, however you want to call that, and say, yeah, this is what we think it is, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100%, whatever that might be, right? 100 only being at certificate of occupancy, handover, and as-builts being delivered. So there's really no tracking whatsoever, which means that nobody knows where they are in the project. Nobody knows what we should bill. Nobody knows what we should collect. Nobody knows what our receivables are or are going to be. Nobody knows how much more effort is required to complete the project. The owner doesn't know what they need to have answered or when they should show up for anything. Basically, we're kind of just running on experience as to what needs to get done, where we are and where we're going, right? We don't know where we are really at any point in the project other than the start or the finish. And we ultimately know where we're going, but because we don't know where we are, we don't know how far along we have to get there. So it's my big suggestion to have something developed. There's a ton of platforms out there to basically help you in this. You can use something like Monday.com. You can use Excel. You can use Basecamp. There's like a ton of tools out there to help you keep track of your project, right? And break it down into all its component parts. Breaking it down into all its component parts is going to take you longer than probably it will to get through the first project and using it. Because creating this thing is a big undertaking. It's a big ordeal, and it's something you've never done before, right? So why would it be quick for you to do? So you're going to have to take a ton of time and really put this together, really think through all the component parts, and then you're going to be able to use it on every single subsequent project, which will then again give you complete visibility into your entire organization, where you are, what questions owners need to answer, right? And this is things that you know, right? Again, using the lighting example, in conference rooms, right? Is the owner selected a light fixture? In the main areas, has the owner selected lights, right? Or approved them? Have they selected finishes, right? Have we approved furniture? Like all these things are things that we inherently know to do. We just never wrote it in a list that's comprehensive in scope. So again, at the end of the day, having a list, checking it twice, seeing who's naughty or nice is kind of the thing that we need to do here to get through a project and have tracking and visibility through the entire thing. So that's my quick podcast episode for today, guys. This is way easier said than done for sure, but at the end of the day, it's going to help you on your projects to be able to get more done, break things down, see where you're at, and develop a roadmap from there. So that's this episode of the Construction Corner podcast. And if you got anything out of this, go ahead and share it to a friend. Thanks, guys. See you next time.